Greetings. This is Elder Blacklight. I want to be your motivator, your protector, your counselor. Because I love my people and I'm tired of seeing us getting beat down by this system. So this video is going to be about what makes the black man living in America, whose ancestors were slaves, lost their name and culture for over 400 years, held back from reading books, from any kind of education for 400 years. Now, in 2020, there's a pandemic that's killing the majority of black people. Along with that pandemic, we also are killing ourselves. But for years, white people have been indiscriminately killing black people, man, woman, and child, and getting away with it. And even if they don't get away with it, they get light sentences just for murder. So what makes us go along with this? Fair question. Especially when you see that no other ethnic people of melanin dominance, they might be a shade lighter than the Caucasian, but he don't like them either. If they Semitic, because a European so-called Jew is not Semitic. And so what makes us go along with it when the rest of the dark people of the planet don't? All of the Indian, Spanish-speaking people don't take to the white man like we do. All of the yellow people, Chinese, they don't take to the white man like we do. Red, brown, and yellow don't take to the white man. But the black men that's living here in America, whose ancestors were slaves, we take to the white man. And we'll defend him. He could kill our mothers, our sons, and we will hug him. What makes a person, a black man, that's been mistreated for centuries by the Caucasians, no matter what part of Europe they come from, they mistreat darker people. What makes us take to him and love him the way we do? And we find excuses to participate in his political system. There's no one twisting your arm. Now, he said there's going to be a second wave of pandemic coming up shortly. Most people think that they are locked down in their houses. Most people want to flee to the country when they lift the order not to be locked down anymore. They might lift it and they might not. And people want to try to get away. Well, if they let you leave the continent or the United States, they might let some leave. Some they might not want to leave, want them to leave. But I'm going to play something for you. So check this out. These are the orders given to the NOI, the FOI, and the MGT, Temple Number 1, Detroit, by Master Farad Muhammad in the Supreme Wisdom Lesson Book.
Wisdom Lessons by Master Farad Muhammad to his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the Lost Foundation of Islam in North America. To the Muslims of Number 1, Michigan. The following is the original rules of instruction to the laborers of Islam and the title of Muslim given by our Savior before his departure, with a footnote of a few words of explanation to lay pressure upon their minds of their many errors in the past and present, that they may see the light and walk therein. I thank you, Elijah Muhammad. Instructions given to the laborers by our Savior, W.D. Farad Muhammad. 1. The student must study his assignment, lesson number 1. Each student should copy the answers of lesson of Minister Elijah Muhammad and study until the student is able to memorize by heart all answers to of said lesson number 1. Note: here, lesson number 1 is said to be the student's assignment first. Lesson number 1 lays the base of our work today and gives the student a clear knowledge of himself and his heavenly home, the best part of the earth, and who was the enemy to him and his nation, and why the enemy and righteous could not live together, and why was the righteous able to cast out his enemy. This teaches the student what he must do with the enemy of the righteous today. The righteous nation is now living in every part of the planet Earth. Therefore, the enemy must now be removed in every part of the planet Earth. Why is stress made to...
The order was not to run and flee. The order was to remove your enemy from wherever you at all over the planet Earth. Now contrast that with this.
When two cultures collide, which one will stand to liberate the black community? First of all, I need to acknowledge why this debate is necessary.
News 102. Whose words will survive when we purge the lies? That curse the divine, cast the pearls to swine. Reverse the design, even merge divide. Side netted TV when two worlds collide.
Now people, which one makes the most sense? The only reason why we're hesitating and stalling in this critical time, because the second wave of the pandemic is going to be martial law and imprisonment in a different kind of way for the black man and black woman, and maybe all America. So who's going to come and save you from this but yourself? Now how you going to do it? We're going to talk about it. Whether or not you agree or not, it's on you. But the Nation of Islam had their marching orders a long time ago. And they're not living up. That's the actual truth. A lot of people looking for the answer coming from headquarters in New York, in Chicago. Don't look that way. We're going to talk about it some more. This is Black Light. Stay tuned.